Our scholars differentiated between simple ignorance and between compounded ignorance. Al-jahl al-murakkab wal-jahl al-basit. Jahl al-basit is the ignorance that somebody who knows they're ignorant has. And this, Dr. Naqib al-Attas calls it innocent ignorance. It's something that can be remedied. But compounded ignorance is an ignorance where somebody is ignorant and they're also ignorant of their ignorance. And this is a much deeper problem. And so one of the great tragedies of modern human beings, we have a cult film in the United States which is called The Wizard of Oz, which every American child has to see year after year until they're fully indoctrinated into the worldview of the Wizard of Oz. But one of the things about the Wizard of Oz is there's a scarecrow who's looking for a brain. And he says, if I only had a brain with the thoughts I'd be thinking, I could be another Lincoln if I only had a brain. So he's looking for a brain. Well, he never finds the brain, but at the end, the wizard gives him a piece of paper. And he says, in my country, back home in Kansas, when somebody doesn't have a brain, we confer upon him a diploma. And this is very often what happens in our universities. Brainless people are given pieces of paper to convince them that they have a brain. But the reality of it is, they're actually more ignorant coming out of the university than they were going in. Because when they went into the university, they had innocent ignorance. But by the time they come out of the university, they have this compounded ignorance. And this is to me, one of the great crimes of the modern educational institutions, that people are deprived of a true education. They're given what they think is an education, educare, to lead out of. You cannot teach people what they don't already know. That learning in our tradition is remembering. It's important for us to ask that question, what is education? Because in the West, we are in a crisis. When you look at the boredom that exists in modern American education, you look at the boredom of the students, you look at the faces that they carry to school, because they're wondering, why am I studying this? It can't simply be to make money. And until we deal with the fact that without teaching people meaning, without teaching people purpose, you create monsters. This is what happens when you divorce education from the sacred. Muslims have an incredible opportunity right now, because every civilization, Hindu, Buddhist, Confucianist, Christian, Jewish, and Muslim, all of them understood that learning was to make a better human being. Learning was not to make more money. It was to make a better human being.